Hey crafty friends, this is Jenny from CraftTestDummies.com, and today we're going to talk about the Martha Stewart Crafts Vintage Decor Paint. Now it doesn't have the name in the title, but what this is effectively is a chalk paint, or a paint that has a very chalky matte finish. It comes in a gorgeous variety of colors, and I'll show you a photo of those on the screen, but I really would like to show you how beautiful the texture is and how you can use it for some big and small projects. So first off, I have a little selection of colors here. You can see I've kind of been sampling them, but I want to open up the paint and show you what it's like. So you're going to give it a little shake because sometimes the contents do settle. But it is a very thick and creamy, very viscous. Can you see how it's like not runny at all? It's very thick. By the way, it's also almost no odor. I cannot determine an odor when I'm working with it. So for those of you who don't like stinky things, this is great. And then it's really thick and creamy and provides really good coverage. You can see in this brown paper bag, really it will coat in one bit. And then I'll put just a little bit on this plate here too, so you can see. Now you might get a few brush strokes. That's kind of considered part of the charm, but I find if it's on a flat surface, they really even out a little bit. It's kind of a self-leveling product. So what I like about this is you can use it for small projects or big ones. For example, I went ahead and applied the vintage decor paint to this raw paper wood frame. It's like just a little cheap wood frame that I got for like 99 cents. And I coated it with the red color here that you see. And then I went ahead and I layered a little bit of the antique on top. And then I used some of this pear color through a stencil and then did a little bit of dry brushing on top. Now this one I actually did not even put a finish on. So I thought I would show you what it's like when you put the wax on top. That helps seal it so that if it just lets the paint wear better. And also keeps it from, rubbing off or distressing anymore. But if you wanted to, you could absolutely distress this down a little bit further. Now, I'm going to use the clear wax for this because I don't want it to distress anymore. You can see I sanded the edges a little bit. So this is a clear wax. It smells almost a little beeswaxy, but as you can see, it's really also thick and creamy and almost a little granular in its texture. And it's definitely not white. It's kind of a creamy clear. And I don't notice that really affects the finish too much. So they suggest that you use these big poofy brushes and you just kind of scrumble it on. I kind of work it in a little bit. And then apply it. And at first I go against the grain of the wood and then I go with the grain of the wood to just make sure that it works all the way in. And it doesn't really add a sheen unless you choose to buff it afterwards, and I'll show you what that looks like too. But I just wanted you to get the idea that really when you go to apply the wax, it's not an exact science. There's nothing super fancy schmancy that you have to do. That's really it. So I want to show you how I transformed this table into something pretty spectacular. First, I painted it with the cake color and no priming, just I applied it with a regular paintbrush. I added a little bit of distressing and a little bit of blue on top. You can see that here in that photo. And then I went ahead and I applied 2 coats of the clear wax. Here's a detail so you can see the distressing. At the end, I ended up with this gorgeous table, which I'm really excited to have in my newly remodeled hearth room. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and or informative. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up because that does help out our channel. And if you want to give it a thumbs down, just leave us a comment below. Tell me why, because that helps me create better content for you. As always, we love your comments. We'd love to hear what you thought about this particular video. And as always, have a crafty day.